Hey everybody, and thanks for watching Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to root prune and repot this Shillings holly. This was the original front, but the last time I styled it, I decided that this would make a nicer front. I just like the way the branches move. And there's some work that this tree could use, but just very minor, taking some of the redundant branches away. Remember, Shillings holly is a bottom dominant tree. Another thing I wanted to do was to take this large piece off here and then shorten it to there, so that'll create better taper. But I'm not going to concentrate tremendously on the actual styling of this tree. I want to repot it. And I'm going to use the same pot. And all I want to do is reposition it so that the front that we're looking at now is parallel with the front of the pot. So I'm going to give it a test. Oh, and one more thing. You can see the old root ball. This was in a 3-gallon pot, and you can see the old roots. Pretty obvious where they are. Okay, well, it comes out beautifully. And if I'm not mistaken, all of, oh, look at that, it's all one big mat. Instead of, because the pot has got 5 drain holes, instead of trying to cover all 5, I just got lazy and I took one huge piece of window screen, which I'm going to reuse. I think it's fine. The tree seems to be very happy. Trying to get rid of most of the roots and just put it back in there. The pot is, pretty clean. A lot of people, run it underwater, and I guess I could do that, but this will work. So then, put the window screen back. Basically get the pot out of the way, and now it's just a matter of taking our root hook and loosening up the roots. And it's really healthy. It's got great roots, so I'm super happy about that. That's the beauty of bonsai. It can make you very happy. They're like my children. I have one child, and of course I love her dearly, but she lives in Texas. And she's so busy with her job, and she just had a new baby, and the rest of the family, and all the rest of that stuff, so. And if you're new to bonsai and you're wondering why is this guy calling his trees his children, you will figure it out if you stay in the hobby. I mean, they truly do take on. Where's the front? Oh, there's the front. I probably need to whack the front a little more to get it into the pot. Okay, well, there's the... So when I first took it out of the 3-gallon pot, a 3-gallon pot, I know I've got them laying around. That's pretty big. So this tree, was in a 3-gallon pot. So I took off 80% of the roots that were going down. And this is also the time of year to be doing this on Shillings. Any kind of major root pruning on all of my temperate trees needs to be done in the middle of winter. I might even say that it needs to be done even earlier than where we're at. I think, what is it today, the 11th of January? However, we've had a considerable cold. It's been way below normal. Luckily, no freezing, so I didn't have to do any kind of real major work for my tropicals, you know, to get them covered and into a greenhouse and whatnot. So I'm happy with that. So there's the front. Let's get rid of all the roots. And this used soil here, this stuff here, I will dry it out. I dry it out on this tray in the sun and then re-sift it. And it'll get rid of all the old roots and any kind of fines that are in there. And the rest of it's just rocks, basically, and rocks never degrade. So I'm a big proponent of reusing my bonsai soil. Also, if you start getting into it, it's wicked expensive. I make my own, but if you buy pre-made, it can be 50, 60 bucks for a 5-gallon bucket or more. So we have our window screen in the pot. So let's see how it's going to fit with the new front. Oh man, I'm happy. Perfect. A little bit tight, but that's no big deal for me. And I want my tree about a third. So a third and a third from one edge. And since this is the first main branch is going to be the larger branch, I want the tree over on this side. Because if I put it over here, then this would be way over here and it would not look correct. So there we go. That looks pretty good. And now I've got a brand new soil mix, which is basically the same stuff as the old. And we're gonna start putting it in there. And I probably should have brought my chopsticks, but I didn't. So your finger works as well. I probably am not as diligent about making absolutely sure that every single airspace is filled. But I've never really had that much of a problem either with trees suffering because of that. And this bonsai soil is basically all rocks. There is no organic matter in this soil at all, which is typical. Although organic matter will appear, and it's called the roots of the tree. As the roots begin to move through this soil, some of them will die. It's a lot like your own skin. Human skin, the top layer is always dying off, being replaced by lower layers. So roots, as they move into the soil, will die off and be replaced by new roots, and those dead roots produce organic matter in the soil. So you just saw when I took the old soil away, there was all kind of roots in there. Not saying they were all dead, but the roots of the plant itself produce a level of organic matter in the soil as the tree ages. There, all right. Get everything out of the way. so we can enjoy it in its new, well, it's not a new home, it's the same pot, but its new configuration. So if we lift the pot like that, there we go. And I just see nothing but good things for this tree. Develop my pads. I've got some space in here. Need to create a little bit more space in here. The tree will probably be taller, and so there'll be more space in here. And shillings are a bottom dominant tree, so when you chop something, it doesn't shoot just straight up. It will pop 4, 5, 6 different shoots. So they make fantastic bonsai because of that. And of course they get their fat little trunks. And I bought this from the landscape nursery I used to deal with, the wholesaler. And as is the case with a lot of the stuff I used to buy from them, because they've since decided to retire and go out of business, I would find all the leftover crud. So they would plant 1,000 shillings, and then 900 of them would sell, and the other 100 for some reason wouldn't. So then they'd plant another 900 to have 1,000 again, and a portion of those 900 would sell, but the original 100 that were left over from the first batch, for whatever reason, didn't sell. So I would go find those after 2 or 3 years. You've got trunks like this, where the landscapers, they're not looking for a trunk like this. They just want a nice round ball, because that's how these are grown in the landscape, either as a round ball or a squared hedge, very formal. No one does anything close to even a topiary that makes it look like a bonsai. So since I had the relationship with the guy, I could go in there and find all the crummy ones, the nasty ones, which for bonsai is like, yes, I love this. So I think this tree will develop in the next couple of years to be very nice, a little bit bigger. I usually like to overpot, so typically the length of the pot should equal the height of the tree, and right now, of course, this tree is nowhere near that. It's not even, the tree isn't even as high as the length of the pot, just a tad. But I like to do that. I don't want to jam plants into pots that are too small. I would much rather give them room for the roots to grow, and then slowly reduce the root ball into a pot that's better proportioned, or conversely, let the tree grow on and keep it in the same pot, but as it gets bigger and more refined, it makes a better display with the pot that it's in, because the proportionality gets better and better as the tree grows. So that's my philosophy on bonsai pots. Many times I overpot just a little bit, because for the horticulture part of it, for the fact that the tree is going to suffer if you jam it into a really small pot, that it doesn't really have time to recover from a root pruning like this or a major chop. So that's it for this video. Another Shillings holly, root pruned in the dead of winter, and I'm really looking for this tree to really pop with new growth, and it would be fun to style. I'm hoping to see, even this summer, it'll just be that much more developed. And if you want to watch that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Your likes and your subscriptions and your comments all help the algorithm send me to more and more people, and I'm happy to report that I'm slowly but surely getting more and more subscribers. So thank you all who have subscribed. I really want to thank the consistent viewers that are always watching my stuff and commenting, and I truly appreciate that, really do. So that's it for today. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment if you'd like, and I will see you in the next video.